Good morning. Welcome back to the trading journal entry. Today is September 24th. Yes, September 24th, 2025. This is New York session as always. This is going to be the 38th trade out of 100. We have 62 remaining and no trades today. I'll have to go through the whole thing actually. So no trades today. No RR obviously. Bias initially bearish. Yeah, so I'm about to show you guys my charts and I don't even know how it did that, but initially bearish, spotted 2 clean 5-minute bearish SMTs during pre-market and another bearish order block right at market open. Pre-market also showed some 5-minute bearish inverse fair value gaps. So my setup, well, there's technically no setup, but I did get everything aligned in terms of like continuation, confirmation, and even entry. But by the time I got entry, price action just didn't give a fuck. So I'll show you guys in a second. But yeah, so my setup bias was set bearish into the open. Everything aligned for bearish continuation on market open. Price action dumped aggressively through all potential TP zones and entry spots, continuing until 6:50 a.m. Entry, no entries. Price action was moving too quickly to safely execute validation entries. After the dump, consolidation lasted for about an hour. My hoodie smells so good. It's like, I don't know, it smells hella good. But after the dump, consolidation lasted for about an hour. Tried flipping buys to bullish after noticing a massive bullish SMT, but market offered no clean continuation setups. What I did well, stayed calm and collected despite extreme volatility, respected my setup and strategy without forcing trades, controlled FOMO, avoided scalping attempts outside my system, waited patiently, even though the market made a big move early. What I will improve, I guess this is what ChatGPT had to put from today. In my opinion, I did very good today in terms of like controlling myself psychologically, even like skill and all that, marking all my shit, whether it's confluences, key levels, whatever, and spotting it, and even seeing it, recognizing it, whatever. I did my best, on both ends here, whether it's brain and heart, whatever. But I guess price action just doesn't care. So I don't really have anything to say in terms of like improving. I guess like this is just a skill issue. I mean, there's probably some guy out there that definitely saw that potential big move down and he's like, money. So, hey, I'm still learning, but I'm at that point where I can do the same. It's just not like this, and I'll show you in a bit. But I will get there for sure. Anyway, what I will improve from ChatGPT's perspective, I guess, continue adapting to fast-moving price action conditions by preparing for sudden volatility around market open. I guess. Review if there are higher time frame confluences I could use to anticipate outsized moves like today. I did that actually. There was a 4-hour bearish inverse fair value gap. They were stacked as well where we were at. Yeah. Maybe I should have paid attention to that. Maybe I should have recognized that. I was like, okay, we're definitely not going to go past this, but you'll see. Anyway, notes. First time experiencing such sharp volatility at market open, because it wasn't like, oh, we're going to go from top left all the way to top right and end the day off as a bearish, bearish bias, whatever. We flip liquidity today. We don't care. Tomorrow we'll fucking go bullish and we'll fucking form all-time highs again. Welcome to September. But no, it was just la la la. This is pre-market, by the way. We're just going up, down, and then it's just like up. Never mind. And you just dump past the fucking floor, bro. It didn't even sit right here. It just went past the floor. So anyway, surprised by how fast price action moved, but handled it well. Not a missed entry. It simply moved through every level too quickly. What I mean by that, this technically, if it was to be very slow, you know, and I had a chance to obviously enter, then it would be a missed trade or just like a wrong bias setup, and that would be on me, and that would be technically a loss, even though I took no trade. But it's not a missed entry because, dude, it literally dumped. Like, that candle was huge. It was like the whole entire screen, bro. And it went past everything, like every liquidity I marked, or every potential liquidity grab that I marked if it was bearish. And I was just like, damn, bro, how am I supposed to enter? Where am I going to set my TP? It already took that liquidity spot. Where am I going to enter? It already went past it. But yeah, so that's what I mean. Chose not to scalp during the hour of consolidation since that's not part of my system. Either way, even if it's part of my system, I'm not a scalper. Session ended with no trades, but this reinforced psychological discipline. I don't hate on scalpers. It's just like the majority of scalpers, okay, not all, but the majority of scalpers, like 95%, bro, they take like 30 trades a day. Get off the fucking charts, bro. I mean, I guess you have to, because I mean, they have to take 30 trades just to make my one trade their P&L for the whole day, which is like kind of fucking sad. But whatever, bro, whatever works for you. It's just, I don't agree with it. I'm not a scalper. I'd rather take a bigger trade for the same risk reward ratio. I mean, you're taking 30 trades for like a 10 RR in one day. Probably. I don't know. If they're taking small setups like that, it should probably be like 0.80 RR. So their overall ending session of risk reward ratio is probably my one trading P&L through one day. But anyway, not upset with today's result. Instead, I see it as proof I respect my system and myself enough to not enter low quality trades. Protecting my account and combine standing was the win today. Combine status. So we have 2 days remaining. It is Wednesday, so we have Thursday and Friday. 2 days remaining to make 1,900 and reach profit target. Profit target is 3,000, like I said and mentioned. We made 1,100 yesterday, and we need to make 1,900 to totally reach that profit target. Now, if I do some quick maths, take out my calculator. 1,900 divided by 2, we need to make 950. Yeah, we'll get to that in the end of this, but let's just get to the charts real quick, get it over with, not have to deal with it anymore. Here we go. Oh, wrong side. There we go. Yeah, so yeah, it's a little crazier today. I think we have like 54 drawings. That's not bad. It just looks a little more crazy, I guess. Ah, damn, dude. I can't take off my glasses without it burning my pupils. Anyway. Oh, look, we finally started moving down the second my session ended. Isn't that redundant? Anyway. So, as you can see during, if we move this up like the way it was looking, this is how it looked, essentially, during when I was on. So again, we have these bearish SMTs, but I mainly spotted these before all this happened. I guess, like, you know, the bearish SMTs mattered more, but it's also the fact that we're in a massive 4-hour wow. Come on. Yeah, we're in this. There we go. If I can grab this. So this is a bearish fair value gap, and then we have this bearish inverse fair value gap. So yeah, wow, my voice cracked trying to think. But yeah, so that's what happened. We're in those massive high time frame bearish imbalance zones. Bearish SMT, bearish order block upon market open, and look at market open. And it didn't look like this, okay? I hope you know it looked like that, because I was looking at my charts like this. It has to be at scale, and all I see is boop, 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 boop. It just dumped on market open, and I was like, huh, that's so weird. Look at this big ass move down. Doesn't that look crazy, bro? How much money would you like make? You know, like, oh, I know it's gonna dump and whatnot. That's from yesterday. Oh, I know it's gonna dump and whatnot. Let's say you would, I don't know, because it would have to go all the way up. So let's say you knew it would retrace. Wow. Let's say you knew it would retrace into something. I don't know what the fuck. Maybe this big ass fair value gap, but what would this be? That's not bad. That's pretty good, actually. It's a little close, but I'd probably just make it like 1,000. But anyway, yeah. So as you can see, price action just yeah. I mean, I got my SMT. We got high time frame context. We had bearish order block. And then as you can tell during market open, it just fucking dumped. And obviously I wouldn't be able to tell if this was a bearish order block or not. I would have to see how this candle reacts first. Yeah, so when this candle closed, I realized this could have been a bearish order block zone. And then my indicator obviously showed me that. And I was like, wow, okay, I have my second step. I have bearish SMT, bearish order block. I also have bearish context from high time frame. Okay, what now? And then, yeah, we had this 5-minute bearish fair value gap. And I was like, okay, let's get on to 3-minute. La, la, la. Okay, nothing crazy. We have all these inverses, all that. And then you scale onto here. And then you're like, huh. I could enter off a break of structure. But again, dude, it was ripping. Like, it was like, doom. And it was like, da, 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 close, doom. Do, 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 do. This happened within seconds. It was not minutes. I promise you that, bro. I know it says like 6:30 a.m., 6:35 a.m., but it literally moved so quick. It was like, this dumped. Like, it was instant. Almost instant, bro. Of course, it like chopped. Like, for a second, it was like, dink, dunk. But this section, it was quick. Like, it was pretty quick. I probably could have tried to gather my thoughts on this candle right here specifically. But again, I was just baffled, man. But anyway, either way, you know, it's just sessions like these. They're going to happen in time. And I just have to learn in the end, you know, because I'm not fucking Jesus at trading or something. I'm still learning, man, you know. I'm just barely reaching intermediate level. I'm still like near the end game of advanced beginner. You know, I'm still learning a lot. I don't even know, you know, when people watch Jerome Powell's speeches and FOMC, all that rate cut speeches and all that, and they know what he's saying, but I watch them and I don't have a single clue coming out of his mouth. It sounds like gibberish. So, you know, I'm still learning. I don't know certain things, terminologies and this and that. So, yeah, just bear with me, man. This might have been an obvious setup for, you know, bearish bias or whatever, but, you know, that's good for you. I'm glad you fucking realized it was bearish and you got it. I'm proud of you, man. Good job. Fucking dab me up. But on the other hand, me, I could care less. Because at the end of the day, I'd rather be safe than sorry. And imagine if I was like, okay, we're definitely bearish because we're here, and then, you know, this is just dumping again, and then right here I'm like, okay, this disrespected the 1 hour order block, you know, the bullish order block, let's enter here. And then, you know, I'd want a 1.5 RR. So with this liquidity line already being tapped, this being an unreasonable spot to set it at, I'd most likely set it probably right here. Oh wow, 1.78 RR. I'd probably even that out to 1.5 if I can. Right there. And technically a winning trade, I guess. But look at this. I'm not waiting through that. That's not a clean trade. I know I've taken trades like that before, but you know, I'm trying to get out of that habit. I'm trying to take trades like these, man. Okay? I'm trying to take good trades like these. But anywho, that's the charts for today. Here's S&P. Yeah, I did my best. I literally I marked out liquidity from downside and this whole section, like from this liquidity line all the way to like, yeah, this zone right here, this entire zone, this one I just marked here. This entire zone was insane. It was just everywhere. Pause, but you get the point. Anyway, that looks way better. Jeez. I don't know what we're going to do for today, what's going to happen, but I could care less. I'm tired. I got work in like 12 hours. Yeah, I got work in 12 hours. So I got to go to sleep. You feel me? Anyway, we have 2 days to make 1,900. We did make 1,100 yesterday. Monday was no trade. Could I stop yawning? Monday was no trade and all that. So essentially, if I can magically make $950 within like 2 days somehow, I mean, that'd be great, because then like I wouldn't have to worry about it. But if I can't, which is most likely, because I mean, I would need to like scale contracts, and you know, although I could just like that trade I just showed you now, and it was like a really bad setup, or just not a really clean trade overall. Like I could just scale like contracts on a trade like that, but it's risky, and I just want to stick to my system, and my system's working. So there's no point in breaking it apart and just trying to win a combine mock-up test week, you know, just to benefit myself. Because what happens if I get used to that and I take it during the combine or an XFA, and I'm in my XFA for however long, and I get used to that and I ruin it, you know, but whatever. So I have 2 days, and if I get the opportunity to scale contracts or even take extra trades, then I will. But if I don't, and this week ends and I don't meet, you know, profit target, then, you know, there's no fixed time limit. There's no time limit on a real combine test on Top Step. I'm only giving myself a time limit because I want to challenge myself, you know. But again, we can't always go into overtime and, you know, give ourselves extra time next week, because next week, essentially, like I'll show you right now. Just look at my calendar list. This is the week we're in, right? Fully September. But the next week is a mix of September and then October. Yeah, it's literally a mix. So I could, you know, push into next week, and, you know, because I was gonna end this week off as week 4, and I still am, but I could add the next week as the extra week for this combine mock-up test situation, you know, to give myself more room. Because either way, I could always, you know, I could give myself unlimited time. I could do this until like next month if I have to, which is rare. I mean, I would have to take like $50 trade every day, but point is, you know, I'm just challenging myself. I'm just trying to see, you know, how much I can handle, you know, in terms of pressure, stress, you know, everything in my mind, you know, how much I can, you know, risk management skills, you know, confluence spotting, all that, you know, just strategy setups, just everything, every aspect. I'm just trying to see how I handle things under a lot of pressure, and if I crack or not. And obviously I can't crack. I didn't trade on Monday, and I kind of freaked out. I was like, damn, bro, I'm missing a trade today, and everybody's saying it's a really good bullish setup, and I saw it, and I was like, damn, that was pretty good. I could have made a lot of money off that. But hey, I doubled back on it on Tuesday, and then today, even though I, you know, well, what am I supposed to do? It just fucking dumped past me. But, you know, even though I technically missed my entry or missed a trade or whatever due to price action and volatility, you know, I still stayed patient, and I didn't get FOMO. I didn't even realize I was getting FOMO. Like I didn't even feel it. I wasn't even getting scared of missing out or anything. I was just like, I'll wait. And if I get my entry, I do. If I don't, I don't. I could care less. And it's the same on an XFA, you know, like if I make money that day, then great, you know, I make money. That's hard work. But if I don't make money, then I don't make money. It's fine. I always have an opportunity tomorrow. There's always an opportunity within that time too. You know, it's there's always chances, there's always opportunity. You always have the privilege to do whatever you need to do to make it wherever you want to be. And that's just how I think of things. And that's saving me, I guess. I respect my strategy too much. I respect my setup too much to even go against it and try to invalidate myself by going, well, I could enter right here at least and just, it'll be bearish, you know, it's okay. It really doesn't make sense. And I don't know how I'd explain this even to myself, but why not? That wouldn't make sense. But anywho, yeah, we got 2 days left technically. I'm gonna try my best tomorrow to make like one band. That's the goal tomorrow. I want to make 1,000. Again, we're always gonna be risking a maximum of $600 and a minimum of $400. So I'm never gonna be like risking 1,000 just to win like 2. But anyway, y'all get the point. Did I read notes? Oh yeah, I did. Okay, yeah, I read everything. All right, yeah, so I'll see you guys tomorrow, and you know, same shit as always. Peace out, man.